Hey, Insiders!
We are so excited. As you all know, we are the biggest Disney fans ever.
Yeah,
and
that's kind of been our thing for a little
very long
bit.
time.
A very long time.
Really
Like
love Disney.
pre-YouTube, long time.
Yes,
Yeah.
a long time. And so, obviously, when we were starting our show, we're like, well, there's one guy that's in charge of the biggest Disney Ultimate fan club of all time, and that's Michael Vargo. And we are so excited to have you on our show today.
I am thrilled to be here. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
know,
of
and
course.
You guys are the ultimate Disney fans. So to be here sitting at the table with all of you is pretty remarkable. I'm
Oh,
excited.
awesome.
Well, coming from you, that means a lot.
Yeah,
and
it's great.
Absolutely.
we have to start by saying thank you for giving all of us crazy Disney fans a place to just geek out together.
Yes.
And like to meet
be
our people.
crazy Disney fans together.
Yes, it is such a joy. We love your
Yeah.
events so much.
Thank
so,
you.
yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what D23 is all about. You know, it's like we all want to get together, share our fandom, and
Yeah.
you know, and geek out about everything Disney. I love it.
Yeah,
So, you
it's
know.
so fun to me because there's so many unique ways that we get to celebrate. I think one of our earliest events that we did was Lilo and Stitch, like out in the park.
Yeah.
And we watched the
Yeah.
movie.
With the peacocks.
Yes,
that were
yeah.
all yelling at us.
Yeah, but it's just so cool because we always like dreamed of doing like an outdoor movie just because that movie is so
Right.
like beachy and fun.
Yeah.
And to be there surrounded by so many fans, every time like a funny moment happened, just the whole crowd was roaring, and it's
Yeah.
just so cool to be in that moment with so many other Disney
Yeah.
fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. You know, having like-minded Disney fans all under one roof every time at these events is so cool.
Yeah.
Everyone just comes to the table and just wants to celebrate their Disney fandom in a big way, and it's great. Whether it's a screening or if we're doing an event in the park or anywhere else, you know, it's really
Yeah.
fun to have everyone together.
Well, I do have to say though, the first time I met you, I thought you actually had purple hair.
Yes.
Because I met you at the Star Wars disco, and you were in
Yes.
like full costume, full outfit.
Yes.
But it
It
took
was
a few
awesome.
times after that for me to start visioning you as you, and not you. It was like purple
Yeah,
hair.
I think you even had on like space shoes, like platform shoes. You were like
Yeah.
super
Yes.
tall, and Kara was like, every time I see Michael, she's like, I thought he was sorry. Kara would always be like, "Isn't that the guy with purple hair?" And we're like, "Yeah, that's Michael."
That's
She goes,
the
"Oh,
one.
good."
It's been a minute since I've had actual hair, so that purple hair is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I love that event. That was a lot of fun, right?
Yeah,
The Star Wars
that was
disco.
a great one.
You know, and we love to get dressed. We love the cosplay. So
Yeah.
it's like we all go in and, you know, dress up in the moment. And,
Yes.
you know, if it's a Star Wars disco, we got to go purple hair and
Oh, yeah.
go all
Absolutely.
out and glitter. So I
Yep.
love
Yeah.
it, you
Yep.
know?
Yeah.
I was Disco C3PO, and so that was really fun.
Yes.
Yeah, I was Disco R2.
And Disco Princess Leia.
Yeah,
so
so
we
we
were
were
like
all
the three of
themed,
them.
and that was such a fun event for us, and that was one of our first ones that we like did with you guys, and yeah, we just loved that one so much.
Yeah.
it
But
was
I
a
think
lot of fun.
Eric met you first.
I did, yeah. That I had met you a different time, a pretty random scenario, but we were outside of Disneyland after you guys had finished an event.
Yes.
And we ran into each other at Starbucks.
I remember, and I recognized you guys. I said, "Hey, I know who you guys are."
Yeah,
He did. He did. That was
Yeah.
pretty
Which
funny.
one's Adam? Which one's Eric? Though I couldn't remember at the time, and so
Yes.
anyway, it was.
I
Fun.
think you
It
did.
was
You
fun
said
meetup.
you're Adam or Eric.
Yeah.
You said yes.
Yeah.
So yes,
That
is
was pretty
correct.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're looking for us, we're probably at Starbucks.
Probably at
So,
Starbucks.
Yeah.
so,
Or
you know.
Disney.
Or
Yeah,
Disneyland.
one of the two.
Or the Disney Starbucks.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah,
That's
the one on Main Street.
Yeah.
The expos are next level.
Aren't
Those are
they?
those
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
crazy cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
crazy.
I'm
cool.
I
trying
agree.
To, I'm
Yeah.
trying to think of our first D23. It would have been before we met you because we went to a couple,
Yeah.
like maybe 2017
I
or
think
2019.
2017 sounds
Yeah.
right.
We definitely did 2019, and I think we did like a single day at 2017.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Because I remember it was before Star Wars Galaxy's Edge opened, and that was like the hugest announcement in the world. Was just any bit
I
of
remember
info we
Bob
could
Iger
get.
made that announcement saying we're not building just one Galaxy's Edge, we're building two.
Yeah.
So it was a big announcement that it's coming both to California and Walt Disney World, which was pretty cool.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
It was
spectacular.
a
Yeah.
big moment.
That was
a big
huge.
moment.
That was a
Yeah.
big moment. The fun thing about that 2017 D23 is it was actually like 2 months before we even started the channel.
Yes.
Ah,
We
yeah.
hadn't
Yeah.
filmed our first video. We'd barely come up with the idea. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I
being
think
there.
that's what really solidified why we wanted to start the channel. We're
Yeah.
like, this is too cool.
Well, and there
Yeah.
was
Being
so
there
much
is
to
part of the
look forward to.
inspiration.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot coming. There was a lot coming to the parks. There were like people were like that we like knew there would be like an audience there, like people that would like want to geek out with us
Yeah,
on
yeah.
our
Yeah.
Disney
Right.
topics. So
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a huge inspiration for
yeah,
us.
so yeah, it was
And
yeah.
my has that event evolved since then. I
I
mean, since
know.
2017, it's just it's become something different every time we do it.
I was going to ask you about that because you've seen it grow over how many years?
Yeah,
and change?
I was actually, our very first one was back in 2009. So I was very much a part of that, the inaugural D23 Expo.
Wow.
And every one that we've done since then as well. And it has completely transformed into what it is today. And we have one obviously coming up in, this summer in August back in Anaheim. And it is going to be on a whole different level as well, like we always do. And it's always a great challenge to raise the bar every single time. And I think we're going to jump over the bar in a big way this year.
Wow.
Awesome.
That's exciting. And we have to say, we actually really loved it when it moved to the Honda Center because that was so cool to be in that energy.
Right.
With it was so loud. And then the Parks panel had Megan Trainor and Pentatonics and all these musical performances.
It was so
It was amazing.
It was, you're in this incredible venue with over 10,000 fans. And the cheering and the roaring and the excitement and the energy in there. It was unlike anything else. You know? And you bring out the top celebrities and these Disney legends and luminaries and such out on stage, and everyone just there's so much excitement. It's so much fun.
Yeah,
we got to go to all three of those. So we were at the Legends Awards.
Yeah.
It literally felt like we were at the Oscars.
Oh my
right?
God.
Yeah.
Like
Standing there watching these legends, and their speeches were so emotional, and their individual passion for Disney that we were connecting with these megastars like Harrison Ford, and we were connecting on a passionate Disney fan level, right? Or Miley Cyrus, right? It was crazy to see that.
It was and
really
that was
cool.
the whole reason. Part of the reason why we moved over to the Honda Center is because we wanted to make it more like a big Hollywood show, you know? And we couldn't do that at the convention center. So it's how do we make this bigger and better? How do we include more fans that really want to come to these incredible nights?
Yeah.
So I think we achieved it. And
You did.
We're excited.
Absolutely.
You did.
And I have to say, as a shorty, the stadium seats were very nice because I could actually see what was happening. That doesn't happen very often at these big events. I'm like, where's the teleprompter?
You're so right, because at the convention center, it was all flat seating. It was all on one level. So it was a little different experience at the Honda Center.
So it was very nice because I could actually see the people on the stage.
Kara was on an edge seat, so she could see, and so we were happy for Kara.
Super fun. Super fun. And I know you guys are huge Disney parks enthusiasts.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes, big time.
I can tell you we're going to deliver a great show this year as well.
Okay, cool. I'm
lots
excited.
of big announcements came out of the last one.
Yes,
Yes.
a lot of really epic
so
things.
many fun things.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot.
I remember as a fan thing, and then it ended up being productive for work because we make videos about the announcements, but I just kept a list on my phone, going back to the 2022 Expo.
Yeah.
Because I just wanted to know every announcement, and I wanted to remember it all. And then this, the most recent one, 2024, was huge. It was
huge.
just awesome.
And you just didn't think there could be an announcement that could top the previous that
Right.
Josh was saying up there on stage.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
Oh, we thought he was done, and wait, he's got one more. And, and it's, and another one. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I remember.
Absolutely.
I forget what order it was, but in my head it was the Monsters Inc. roller coaster coming into Hollywood Studios, and I was just blown away.
That's so
and
cool.
then the very next one was Animal Kingdom with Encanto and Indiana Jones,
Yes.
and I was just
I'm so excited for that update.
yeah,
Me
we're not
too.
even gonna the parks are gonna be so different, but so much better. I think with those rides. I mean, personally, I'm really excited. For
We
those two.
did just go to Disney World and do our goodbye to Dinosaur. So
Yes.
we got to ride it one last time.
I saw you guys were there. That's
Yes.
so cool. You guys
We
did
rode
that.
it one last time.
We
Yes.
did.
Yeah.
We did. That was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
But I will say, Encanto and Indiana Jones are two of my favorite IPs. So I'm very excited for what's coming to that
That's gonna be
section.
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We're excited about all of that.
Yeah.
Really, truly.
So I'm curious, how far in advance? I don't know how you can answer, but how far in advance do you know some of these announcements, or are you with the fans and learning some of this up on stage, or do you kind of know in advance?
We I will say we actually start working on the next big Ultimate Disney Fan event the day after the one shuts down. So,
Oh wow!
That's
it ends
amazing.
on we might take a break on Monday, but we're back in it on that same week, thinking about what could we do next time?
Yeah.
We just came off this incredible event experience. How do we even top that next time? And we start ideating that early about what we're going to be talking about next time and how the event's going to come together, what we do different, all of that.
That's super
That
cool.
is so
I
cool.
love that.
So
Yeah.
it's pretty much 2 years in the making every time.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That makes so much sense for the scale
Yeah.
that the
Yeah.
event has reached. So
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that it's started that early.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
and
really
it's
fun.
a huge collaborative effort across the entire Walt Disney Company.
It
I mean,
is.
Yeah.
you know, we obviously get very close with all the content coming out of the Disney Parks team that we just talked about, but
Yeah.
you know, Disney Plus has so much in their arsenal as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Walt Disney
Absolutely.
Imagineering, which is so cool because you get to look behind the curtain and
Yeah.
see how things are done, and you know, I mean, everything is just it's so great. You know?
Yeah.
It's a great collaborative
Absolutely.
effort.
And then even like the Marvel, Star Wars, like all the
totally.
offshoot IP that is like just as big,
There's
just
something
as
for
big
everyone.
announcements.
Yeah,
Really,
yeah.
truly something
And
for
you
everyone.
Always blow
So-
us away because you like we come to expect like some of the costumes and some of the props that have been featured, but then I think this new one, then the ILM did the whole like green
Wasn't
screen
that great?
effect. That
I
was
know.
stunning.
So cool.
That was
really
awesome.
fun.
Yeah.
You're really walking on this epic stage. You
Yeah.
know, you're like in the scene. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I
it's
was
pretty
that
cool.
person who like pulled out my phone and put it in cinema mode and then watched the people on stage, and it did the same effect they were talking about, where
Yeah.
it looked like you were actually like on a Star Wars ship. So I was
Yeah.
freaking
Fun
out.
experience.
And you were as authentically on a Star Wars ship as you are when they're making these movies. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
Yeah.
like you're really there. Like that's
That's what it's all about. It's like
Yeah.
we wanted to put you guys right in the center of the magic. How all that's done, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Cool experiences you don't really get to have anywhere else. You
No,
know?
not at
So-
all. No, you
So
can't,
unique.
can't find those anywhere. And another big one was the Time Variance Authority.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, yeah, the TVA.
that was another big one. And people we know were just so excited for that.
we had
were
people
like,
that couldn't make it that are like, what was in the TVA booth?
Yeah.
we need to know.
yeah. So yeah, you guys always just knock it out of the park with not just like the big experiences, but like any individual thing that just takes like a small, maybe not small, but like a piece of the Disney universe and
Yeah.
just makes it so personal.
Yeah,
Like such
yeah.
as the TVA.
Yeah,
so it's super
exactly.
cool.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fun. We love putting it together. Really, truly do. And it's all for the fans. And that's our favorite moment, by the way, is when the doors finally get to open that weekend to just
Yeah.
see all the fans come in and
Yeah.
see everything that you've been working on for the last 2 years is pretty cool. You know,
Yeah.
and see their
Yeah.
reactions.
That's gotta
It's-
be-
It's
And
awesome.
The fans have those epic costumes. I mean, I'm always blown away by the
I know.
just the fan
the
costumes.
cosplay is off the charts.
Yeah.
Every time they come, every time we do this event, and it's unlike anything else.
It really
know?
is.
It's like groups get all into it. You know, we have our masquerade costume contest, and
Yes.
these people spend months and months and months preparing these incredible costumes that they hand make.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It really is.
Yeah.
The most insane one I saw is there was this one girl who had like a rolling circular table and was sitting under it in like a desk chair and was Madame Leota.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah,
I
she
That
was
remember-
just the
yes.
head.
I
Yeah.
was like, oh wow, okay.
She really is just a floating head.
I know.
Yeah.
There's- I didn't know how she got through the venue at all, just because there was so much space.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
But I was so impressed.
Yeah.
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 Their creativity and imagination it's so unlike anything else.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really love it. And they put their heart and soul into making these incredible costumes, and they put so much work and thought into, okay, they're going to show up not just in a costume, but they are in the character. Like
Oh,
they're in
yeah.
the story, you
Yeah.
know, and they want to share it with the fans. It's fun.
That's
Fun to
awesome.
watch.
I love it.
At the last D23, we got the really cool experience of moderating a judging a celebrity trivia show.
Oh, yes.
And
that
that
Yeah.
was so
I remember
cool.
We came
Yeah.
in for that.
Yeah, because I think I don't even remember exactly who was up there, but I think it was like Brett and John Stamos and Ashley Eckstein and
Yeah. A couple. It was
couple other
hosted by
people.
Nina West.
Yeah.
And
I think
James.
Susan Egan was up there.
Yeah, I think Susan
Egan
Egan
was
was
there.
up there.
Yeah.
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 But then we were sitting on the floor and we were like, they were getting asked trivia questions,
And they
then
looked at us
they
and they're
looked at
like,
us. I
"Is
did,
that right?"
Is that right? And I was like, whoa.
You guys are the truth, or the source of truth.
We
here,
were.
and
We're the source of truth.
The authority.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
love
it was it was really cool.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
a really it was an honor. We're like,
was
wow, that's pretty
incredible.
Yeah.
awesome. So
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah,
That
it was
was
a big
that was a
core
good
memory.
D23
That's
core
fun.
memory for us.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fun.
That
That's
was-
fun.
yeah.
That's fun. So.
All right, so we've talked a little bit about the origins of D23.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about our origins meeting Michael.
Yes.
Yeah.
But how did you get your start with Disney
Ah.
as a Disney fan?
Yeah. Wow. Well, I've been a lifelong Disney fan. I actually grew up in Anaheim, so
Oh, wow.
Disneyland was in my backyard pretty much, and went to the parks all the time. And I have to say, I think my first Disney fan moment was that I realized, okay, I'm really in this Disney fandom forever. I remember it was in the 80s. I went to Disneyland for their 30th anniversary celebration
Wow.
of the park. And it was a weekend long event. So they opened it on Friday morning and they didn't close until Sunday night.
Wow.
So you got to spend the entire weekend there.
Whoa.
That's
And
amazing.
it was so fun. My friend and I went and we just went everywhere in the park and did everything, never slept.
Wow.
And
That's
just really
crazy.
had the time of our life. And it was in that moment that I was like, this is what it's all about. And I grew up at Disneyland, I feel like, but
Yeah.
that was a moment that I was like, okay, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
This is what it's all about. So
That's
I
cool.
loved it. But I actually started at Disneyland back in the early 90s. So I've been with the company a little over 30 years now.
Wow, that's
But
awesome.
I started at Disneyland in entertainment, and I was entertaining guests along Main Street, let's just say.
Yeah,
And,
yep.
Yeah.
Really, really fun. I had the time of my life.
Yeah.
That's
It was
awesome.
really a great experience and met so many great people, so many great friends that I'm still friends with today.
Yeah.
And had such an incredible career and never, ever thought in my wildest dreams that I'd be, here running D23,
Yes.
the
Yeah.
official Disney fan club
I know
so
you're-
many years later.
Like
you
the
know?
pinnacle Disney fan. You made
So
it.
great.
You're the one in charge of all of us Disney
You're
fans
the
now.
leader
Yeah.
of the Disney fans.
Yeah, the leader of the club.
The leader of the
yeah.
club, made for
Yeah.
you and me.
And who knew that's where life would take me?
Yeah.
When I started back in the parks then. So
That is
it's
so
been
cool.
it's been a great ride for sure.
That's
I
awesome.
love it.
Absolutely.
We got to do one of the 24-hour events where the park was open for 24 hours.
Oh my gosh.
It was
Those are just the best.
so fun.
So fun.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
had
I'm
such
gonna date myself because I know it was pre you guys
Yeah,
that's
existence
okay.
here. But in Tomorrowland, they used to have these really innovative phone booths that they set up that you would go in with a group and you could be on a speakerphone.
Oh, wow.
Like it was like innovative, right?
Yeah.
So you would go in
Yeah.
these big phone booths and you would sit there. There's little benches in there, and you could call somebody on a payphone. And it would be in a speaker, like a speaker booth. So that was pretty
Wow.
cool. Anyways, I'm telling you this because at about 4 a.m., no one was in there. That's where we took a little nap.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're in these phone booths. So
That's
That's a good way
awesome.
to do it.
Is
It
that
was really
building
fun.
like kind of like where Star Wars launch
it's where
Bay-
Buzz,
Buzz.
Lightyear is.
Oh,
now.
got it.
So
Okay.
right there in that building,
Yeah.
is, the Astro Blasters is where they had these phone booths. It was an AT&T phone booth.
Yeah.
I think it was actually Pacific Bell back then that had these phone booths. There was like, I
Wow.
don't know, a dozen of them or something in there, and then everyone was taking naps.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
That's
That's
awesome.
amazing.
I asked about Launch Bay / like the Interventions building because that's where we took our naps
Ah,
on
yeah.
our 24-hour event.
Yes.
'Cause it's
Yeah.
just like a big open space. The
Well,
benches
I'm
were
going to
kinda-
spill a little backstage secret here. Before they made it Launch Bay, it was America Sings. That was what the
Yes.
building was
Yes.
designed to be, and it was America Sings for many years.
Uh-huh.
But the upstairs, the second floor, were our offices. So there was entertainment
Wow.
offices upstairs on the second
Wow.
floor.
That's very
and so
cool.
I worked out of those entertainment offices for a couple of years. It was
Wow.
really kind of fun because you got to go into the park and go upstairs and you look over the balcony and see everyone playing in Tomorrowland. It was really
Wow.
fun.
That's
So-
really
So
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think now it's the DVC member lounge. Is that?
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
we've
Right.
been up there, and
Yeah.
I love that view. It
Yeah.
is one of my
Yeah.
favorites to be up there.
so much
It's a
fun.
great
And
space.
yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
So that's really fun. I know we people made fun of us when we did our 24-hour event because we got there like 8 a.m. and we kind of failed at like probably
3,
4
Yeah.
4 a.m.
We were
Yeah.
so tired. We went to
It
sleep.
hits you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we fell asleep on a bench at right on Main Street, and there was this group walking by, and as our eyes are closed, we hear them say, "Oh, they didn't make it."
And I'm like, you're entering the
They
park.
were
were
entering the
walking.
park though.
You just got here.
And I was like, "Hey, now!" I was like, "We've been here all day, buddy." Like, we're just getting here. But
That's
that was
so
that
fun.
was funny. And then I think it was like probably 5 when we finally left. We're
Yeah.
like, all right, we're going to bed.
So you powered through.
We
Did
did.
pretty good.
We
Yeah,
did.
The
That's
power
awesome.
nap. I forget how they did it. I think Paint the Night came by at like 4 in the
Okay.
morning because
Yeah.
of how they did it,
Okay.
and so that woke
Yeah.
us up,
Yeah.
got us energized again. But it was lots of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in the early years when I was working there, we used to do those long shifts, but we loved it. Like it was so much fun working that we were signing up for everything.
Oh, yeah.
And
I
we
love that.
wanted to extend into the grad night shifts, and then after grad night shift ended at 5 a.m., you would go into like what they call a breakfast shift from 6 until noon. And
Oh, wow.
we just wanted to do it because we had so much fun working there, and it was
Yeah.
like a big family
Yeah.
that we were a part of, and we all just had we just had so much fun working.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you power through.
Yeah.
You
sleep
make
later.
it.
Yeah,
You run
exactly.
on that excitement.
Yes,
and
on our Disney World trip we were just talking to you about, we literally landed at like 6 a.m. and then hit the parks.
Yeah.
Right? And so we skipped sleep, and literally our motto for that week is like, sleep is for the week. It's like,
That's
we'll,
right.
we'll get through.
That's the way to do
I
it.
have to
Yeah,
say,
that's the way
though,
to do it.
I was very sad that they stopped doing those right after I started drinking coffee.
Yes.
Oh, the
Because
24
now I
hours.
think I can make it.
Yeah.
Now that I drink coffee with caffeine,
That's funny.
I can make it.
Coffee will help. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can
so
do
the
it.
future 24 hours.
Exactly.
Kara's
I'm
ready for those.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah, Kara's like, bring him back. I walked in. Kara's ready to make it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's hilarious.
yeah.
Yeah.
Really fun.
Those were really fun though.
Yeah.
I love those.
I love them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of Walt Disney World, though, between Expo years, you guys do Destination
Yes,
D23, and we
yes.
just went to our first one
Yeah.
in 2025. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
Wasn't that fun?
Yeah, it was really great.
That was a fun weekend. And this last one that we were down at Walt Disney World for, we actually went over to Coronado Springs Resort. They're typically at the Contemporary Resort, so we really doubled the size of that event
Wow.
this year.
Wow. Yeah.
Last year, I guess. And so fun, you
Yeah.
know, and it was really, we were able to bring more fans in, had do more shows. We had a great party at Typhoon Lagoon
Yes.
one night, which was really
Cusco-topia.
fun.
Cusco-topia.
That was so much fun.
Wasn't that great?
Yeah.
That was.
And Patrick Warburton was there.
Yes.
In the
Yes.
river, going down in his tube. I loved it.
That
Yeah.
cracked me up
So-
because, like, you know, it was like a fan energy, and so you always wonder sometimes as a fan if like the VIPs like Patrick Warburton are gonna go to like a separate party where all the fans are here.
He was in it. He's a huge Disney fan. And
Yeah.
he wanted to be with the Disney fans. It
Yeah.
was so
Yeah.
great, you know?
To just see him float by in the lazy river and just wave at
Having the time of
everybody,
his life.
and
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
made my life. It was so funny. I loved it.
With Kronk and Yzma and all the characters there too.
Yes,
It
that was really
it
cool.
Really fun. Really
That was so
day.
fun, and we
We
played.
liked the dance party on the sand.
Yes, and
Yes.
we played exotic bird bingo.
A
We were
true
so
dream.
excited.
That has always been a dream of mine.
That was a bucket list item for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that was a fun weekend. We had so much fun doing that,
Yeah.
and that was a fun night too. Typhoon
Yeah.
Lagoon.
It was.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty fun for us because we saw you had a singing role at Destination
Ah,
D23
you
this
did.
year
Yes.
for the Goofy movie and like
Yes.
the final show, right?
I did, yeah, the finale piece because we did this the 80s and 90s
80s,
concert.
yeah.
Yes.
And so they asked me to jump in at the last minute. And they're
pretty-
teaching me. By the way, talk about being like intimidating. Is
Yeah.
You're backstage with Susan Egan,
Yeah.
all these top Broadway performers, and they're teaching you choreography. And
Yes.
they're like, okay, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna step here and you know, do this and that.
They
And I
make
was
it look
like,
easy too. And they're like,
Dude, they make it so easy, and I'm like, I have 2 left feet, so I didn't know which way to go when. And
Yeah.
they were so fun though, and so gracious, you
Yes.
know, and
Yeah.
so professional. And what an experience that was. That was a
Yeah.
lot
Yeah.
of fun though, and they just threw me out there, and they're like, just go with it, and I did. So
Yeah,
That's
it
fun.
was
You did a
I
great
love
job.
it.
You did a
It
great
was
job.
really
You
fun.
did.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I will say one of my favorite parts of Destination was some of the musical numbers. I mean, they were just
Yeah.
spectacular.
Yeah.
Like the talent in that room,
Absolutely.
just
incredible.
amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Disney on Broadway team, and then Jodie Benson and Susan Egan, they all just crushed it.
Yeah.
It was just so
Yeah, they're
cool.
amazing.
Jody's
Yeah.
so much fun to be with too. She,
Yeah.
she was so. We made her the official D23 fan ambassador,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
at that event, and
Yes.
so she's been carrying that torch here all year. It's been really
Nice.
fun working with her.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I've,
super
I've seen
fun.
her just on Instagram doing different things like that.
Yeah.
And she's a very proud fan ambassador.
She
Yeah.
is.
And-
She's a true-hearted Disney fan.
Yeah,
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 that's
she's
awesome.
doing an amazing job. Everything you would want Ariel to be, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
perfect.
Big
Exactly.
time.
Yeah, that's
Right.
awesome.
Something that was really fun for us at Destination was actually Lorcana. Like, kind of had to
Yes.
get its
Yeah.
presence a little bit bigger, and that was the first place we kind of heard of it and started getting cards. Was at Destination and a couple other D23 events.
Yeah.
And now we love it. I have to
Isn't
be
that
honest.
fun?
Yeah.
It's become a huge destination for people to come to
Yes.
when we do these D23 events. You know, we actually rolled it out at the Ultimate Disney Fan event last time we did it in 2024.
Yeah.
And bringing it back to Destination D23 was really fun too.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
we
was
we have
awesome.
some friends who absolutely love that game in Florida, and so when we got our cards, they're like, "You guys have to show us how to use these." And so
like, we have no idea what
we have
we're
no
doing.
idea what we're
Teach
doing.
us.
Yeah,
So
we
they
were
invited us over, and we had a 3-hour deep dive into
And
the
now you're
game.
in it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
now
now
we're in
now
it.
we're
I
into
love
it.
it. You're hooked?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
I
really
wouldn't call
fun.
us the best, but we're certainly not
We're
the
certainly
worst.
good. And then for Christmas, we got a lot of cards.
We
We
did.
did.
So-
We
Yes.
did. Yeah.
Now
And then-
we're playing. We
Yeah.
can take on anybody with our deck.
Yeah.
We're
I
ready.
love that.
Yeah.
But that's what's so great about Disney is you could be Lorcana collectors, you could be pin collectors,
Yeah.
you could
Yeah.
be plush collectors, whatever it is, lounge
Yeah.
fly bag collectors.
Yes.
Everyone has their thing, and it's so
Yeah.
much fun. You can
It
share it
is.
with others.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Lorcana was cool because at Destination we met some of the founders and some of the artists who like designed some of the cards because they were all there. And that just made it, I don't know, so much more like personal and
Yeah.
fun was like hearing
Yeah.
their stories. One of our friends like designed Flounder, right?
Yeah.
And so he gave us a
Yeah.
card and he's like, I designed this one.
How
And
fun.
it's just really cool to
Yeah,
see
that's
that.
great.
Yeah.
And now I feel like it's growing a lot.
Yeah. I know
hopefully
for
even
even
more.
did
I was
Festival of
super-
the Arts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had a Lorcana booth where they were giving out cards in the morning, and they're like always sold out by noon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the line is
Yeah.
huge.
It's
yeah.
amazing to see.
It's a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's very fun.
clearly, D23 is like the meeting place for that, and it's so cool just to
Yeah.
like get in those places and then watch something explode like Lorcana.
Yeah.
It's been
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
very cool.
yeah.
So-
More of that coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yay!
Yay. So I know you do. How many events a year do you guys do?
Oh, a lot.
Yeah. I can't even
Yeah.
keep
We
track.
do over 100 events throughout the country, throughout the
Wow.
year.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's
That is
amazing.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I know it's probably like picking a favorite child, but do you have like a favorite event that you guys do? Where like,
Oh, that's always
like-
such a hard question.
I know.
You know?
Yeah.
I almost didn't ask.
So-
I'm like, I know that's
It's
Our
hard.
hard.
big Ultimate Disney fan events obviously are so great because there's
Yeah.
so many fans and they're just all there to have so much fun and have a great time. And but some of the other ones that we get to do throughout the year, going back to Walt's boyhood town, hometown
Yeah.
in Marceline,
Yes.
Missouri, for example.
Yes.
Brings back a whole different event experience.
Yeah.
It's very nostalgic and reflective. And this is like where Walt was inspired by so many
Yeah.
things there in that town. And to be there in that moment where he lived and walk down the same street is pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is
that
definitely
sounds
on our bucket
incredible.
list to go to Marceline and do
You
one
guys
of your.
should go one
Yeah.
year.
Yeah,
That's fun.
it looks amazing, and
Yeah.
we definitely
We're-
want to do it someday.
Yeah. Well, and it's fun.
Absolutely going to do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's fun for us as Disney fans because we, you kind of hear these places exist. We've always known that Walt was from Marceline, but then like you guys had the event set up, so there was, something that we could just
Go
go
to
to
do.
about Marceline.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
it's so great. And that's what's so fun about some of these D23 experiences that you get to go to destinations that you normally probably wouldn't go to.
Yeah.
But at that, for example, in Marceline, we actually go to Walt's farm and there's a barbecue that we do in the backyard with our D23 members
That sounds
on
amazing.
Walt's farm. I mean, he gets to experience that. You get to go
Yeah.
into the barn that that he grew up in.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible.
And
you
if,
know?
and if you just went by yourself, there like you wouldn't get that.
That's
you know,
right.
you wouldn't
Yeah.
get that.
That's right.
Yeah, and then
energy.
you're meeting people that, obviously care the same amount.
Yeah.
And it's just really
Yeah,
cool.
it would just be us and like our phone with a guidebook. Like, where are we going?
Yeah, exactly.
This is
We
like-
think Walt stood here one time, and we've done that around LA.
We have,
but
we have.
having a guided piece for Marceline, that sounds awesome.
That sounds
Yeah, it's
amazing.
really
Yeah.
fun. And all the fans just love being with each other as well. They've
Yeah.
established their friendships over the years as well through D23. So they go on these trips together to Marceline or wherever it is that they may go to
That's
other
awesome.
D23 events.
Wow.
It's really fun.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah,
Amazing.
we definitely have to go to Marceline someday.
know,
Like,
now
guys,
that-
you
now
heard it
that's
here. It's happening.
Yeah.
It's
We're gonna go. We
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
we have to get it out.
D23 truly makes everything better though, because we've even been to like a lot of Angels baseball games.
Yes.
But then we did the D23 one, and like Mickey Mouse is throwing out the first pitch
Yeah.
and like doing all that kind of stuff. It's way more fun.
Wasn't
It's
that
so
great?
cool. Yeah.
So we had so much fun that year doing D23 Day at Angel Stadium. We had Mickey there. And
Yes.
he, like you said, he threw out the first pitch and we gave out 23,000 bobbleheads to the
Yes.
first 23,000 people that walked through the gates. So we had so much fun then. We decided to do it again the following summer and we went back and did a whole Stitch
Oh, yeah.
event
Yes.
there
Yeah.
at Angel Stadium as well. Really, really fun. And we are coming back again
Nice.
this August.
Nice.
Yay.
Right before it's the week during the Ultimate Disney Fan event. We're
Oh,
going to be
cool.
there. It'll be an evening game on the Wednesday before.
Okay.
It'll be a lot of fun. So we're back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
We're gonna
Yeah.
pencil that in and try and
For
get
sure.
tickets for that one.
Yeah,
Try and go.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Love
they're lots
those.
of fun.
They're so
Yeah,
fun every
we
year.
have. We were 5 of your 23,000.
We have those
guests, so we
bobbleheads,
have
yeah,
we have the Mickey bobbleheads.
We do.
So
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
happy to be there. We're gonna have to
That's
get
great.
those because they're very
Yeah,
cool.
they're fun.
Yeah, they are. That's
Yeah.
awesome. And when is the the Ultimate Fan event this year? What are the dates for that?
August 14th, 15th, and 16th.
Okay,
Cool.
August 13th, the day before, which is on a Thursday, we're doing D23 Day at Disneyland again, which is what we also did last time as well, which was just so much fun because we had all the Disney legends there that came down Main Street in a cavalcade, in the omnibus. We had special merchandise and food and photo ops and characters. It was just a lot of fun.
Yeah,
so it was a
that's
great way to
incredible.
kick off the whole weekend.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Absolutely.
And like just hearing you say that just totally is like encompasses that your team works with so many different
We
parts
do.
of Disney.
Yeah.
You know, you guys have events on the main studio,
Yes.
like the animation studio and all that, and then in the parks, and then at Angel Stadium or in Marceline, Missouri. So that just sounds so cool to be able to work with so many different parts of the Disney universe.
Yeah, it's all about the partnerships that we have. And, you know, they want to give our Disney fans a little taste of the magic and, you know, a peek behind the curtain as well. And so that's why it's really cool. You get to come onto the studio lot and go see a movie or a screening in our theater that is really not open to the general public. It's, you know, it's a really fun experience. We give tours of the Pixar campus up, you know, in Emeryville that is not open to the public.
Right.
So there's some exclusive opportunities that we get to do with our fans, and we love that. you know?
Yeah.
That's really special. And we love the Christmas parties you guys do on the lot. Those
Yeah,
are
Jolly
Jolly
super fun.
Holidays.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
one of
my
my
God.
favorite events of the year. Yes.
Yes.
We take over the entire studio lot and do an entire holiday overlay.
Yes.
And talk about fun. It's like entertainment, food, characters, decor, all of that.
I'm always blown away walking around Legend Plaza, like just seeing all the hands of handprints of so many people, like of past Disney people.
I
It's
know.
so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is
And
really cool.
I always geek out at Legend Plaza. Anytime you get to be there, it's
It's a
really
legendary experience.
It
Yeah,
is.
it
It
is.
is.
It is. Yeah.
It is very legendary. So that's always really cool.
Yeah.
And I would say that's one of my favorite parts being on the lot. Although I don't know, there's just so many.
Well, going to
cool
the Walt
things.
Disney Archives
Yeah.
on the studio
Yeah.
lot is also pretty cool. And we
Yes.
love to bring out the archives to D23 events as well. So we always have a huge exhibition at the Ultimate Disney Fan event as well. And this summer, we're going to have a really cool one for the Walt Disney Archives. I can't wait for you guys to see it all.
All right.
Can't share any secrets yet.
Okay.
That's all right.
But
That's
it's
all
going to
right.
be pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Unlike anything we have ever done with the archives. So
That's so exciting.
it's really special.
I
Yeah.
think
I love that kind of stuff.
There are so many people that care about the archives right now. I mean,
Yeah.
even people, you know, in our generation and older and younger, they're all like really fascinated by the archives. And so I think it's so
Yeah.
cool that you're able to pull back the curtain a little bit and give these diehard fans the ability to go into the archives and see some of these like movie props and costumes and,
That's right.
and different
Yeah.
things like that. I think it's so special.
Well, when you have a company that's, you know, has a 100-year plus history to
Yeah.
it,
yeah.
the stories and the items that you just described, you know, we collect and preserve, and we want to exhibit all of that and bring it out to the fans.
Yeah.
We have warehouses full of stuff. Let me tell you,
I
and it's
believe it.
Amazing.
really amazing treasures.
Yeah.
that we have everything from the costumes and props that you mentioned, ride vehicles from
Wow.
theme park
Yeah.
attractions, you know, set vehicles from movies and television shows that
Yeah.
we've done over the years. So much history is with the archives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great place to visit. And, you know, through D23, you can actually take a tour of the Walt Disney Studio lot.
Wow.
You know, get a guided tour of the lot. You get to go into the archives. We let you hold the Oscar, you know,
That's so
that
cool.
we have. And then you also get to go up to see Walt Disney's office,
Oh,
which is
man.
pretty incredible because it's been completely restored back to how it was when Walt was there.
That's
we get to take D23 members up to Walt's office. It's an incredible
That's-
place to visit.
Yeah.
That's
That is
awesome.
cool.
We have not yet made it to Walt's office. We've gotten
Yes.
close.
Oh,
Yeah,
we got to get you guys there.
yeah,
for
we
sure.
do.
Yeah.
Yes, we've
that
gotten
was
all-
definitely on our list.
We've actually gotten all the way up to the door because somebody gave us a tour and we got to like go into that
Like
into
the
the
small
old animation
meeting
building
room.
and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
And then he's like, and that door there is Walt's office. Then we turned around. So
Yeah.
we were
Oh,
this
okay.
close,
Yeah.
this close. So
Yeah.
it's gonna
You
happen.
didn't knock?
But I know. I was afraid someone might answer. I was like, I gotta know.
But who?
But
Yeah.
who? Yeah. But yes, no, that sounds so special and so cool that you guys are able to do that for your members.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah, and like what you said about the archives having so many things, I remember this Christmas there was like the little blocks from the original Parent Trap movie.
Yes.
From the
Yes.
intro, and I just remember freaking out about that.
We love the Parent
The
Trap.
ones
Yeah,
that
we
are like
love it.
the stop motion intro.
Yeah, the like the little musical, and I can't imagine, you know, how many movies and all the parks and just how many little or huge props that you guys have.
So many
that have
crown
been used.
jewels
Yeah.
that we really truly have, you know, deep in the archives. And
Yeah.
it could be pieces of paper, contracts and stuff, you know,
Yeah.
from the original, signed by, you know, Walt and Roy when they founded the Walt Disney Company. We have something as simple as that, all the way to so many things from today.
Yeah.
You know?
So that's so special. And we loved, it was obviously in collaboration with the archives more on the film side, but Leslie's movie, Disneyland Handcrafted.
Oh
my
gosh.
goodness. That
How many
was
times have you watched it?
so much.
Right?
So
I mean,
many.
So many
know,
times.
I know. It's
And
such a great piece.
she took a story that like I know so well. Like opening a Disneyland, it's like, oh yeah, I know what happens. You know, I know all that. But then I was like so emotionally invested, and I was like,
Yeah.
are they gonna make it? And I was like questioning whether it was gonna open.
We all know the outcome, but
Right.
it made you anxious watching it,
It
right?
did.
Because it's
It
like,
did.
how
Well,
can
like,
they do this in less than a year? No
is it
way.
going to make money?
You know?
Yeah.
Is it ever gonna make money? I was like, I don't know if Disney's ever gonna make money. It's like,
When they hit the 3-month till opening date mark on there,
Yeah.
and they were still in the place that they were with the construction, I'm like, there's no way they're going to make it.
Yeah.
But we all know they did.
right.
Like, I'm so stressed for these people.
And even like the $4 million budget up to $17 million, and then they were only like halfway done after spending the 17. I'm
remarkable.
like, how are they gonna get the money? It's like, I don't know how they're gonna do this.
In our little comedic heads, we decided that Walt threw in the whole Disneyland will never be complete.
Yes.
Because he needed to open the park and a couple things weren't done yet, and he's
This is
just
true.
like,
Yeah.
Disneyland will never be complete, and that's why, you know, this isn't done yet, is because, you know,
We're-
the park is always growing. But
That's right.
now it's turned into obviously the amazing expansions and, you know,
Yeah.
Star Wars Galaxy.
And the mantra that it is,
Yeah.
of, you know,
Yes.
always working and always improving and always building Disneyland, right? So obviously,
Totally.
that has stuck with the company. So it's good that Walt didn't say, "Well, Disneyland's done. You know, have fun,"
Like,
because
okay.
it
Yeah,
obviously
we're done.
wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So
then we wouldn't have literally all of this.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So Disneyland will never be complete. That's an important one.
That is
That's
a
right.
good one.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that movie was so special though.
It
That was
so great.
really cool.
She
And
did such a great job.
Yeah.
Documenting. I mean, to find all that footage
Yes.
and go through hours and days worth of footage, I'm
Yeah.
sure, that has absolutely no sound on it, by the way.
know.
Right.
So, you know, and then they went up to Industrial Light and Magic, did a whole sound dubbing to the documentary, which is so incredible. So watching it,
Yeah.
every little hammers,
Uh-huh.
everything is all added to that film footage, which
That's
is
incredible.
You know, she did such a remarkable job.
yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so good. And I even love like the black and white versus colorized. Like sometimes the footage will tell you it was filmed yesterday. I was like,
know.
Yeah.
wow.
It was amazing.
And I'm curious, which I'll have to ask somebody. I don't know, but I was like, what was the original intention of that footage? Because it was so intentionally like recorded. I'm like, I wonder what Walt was gonna do with that. You
Like,
know?
all
Yeah,
the way
you gotta
down to
wonder.
watching
Yeah.
people. They filmed people turning on cameras.
They
Right.
did.
Right.
So I'm like, wait a second.
There was like an inception there.
There
because
was.
Someone was recording.
Yeah.
Someone else set up cameras. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah, I
Anyway,
think it
I
was
would
all
find that
boiled down
interesting.
so Leslie could make this awesome movie that we
Yes.
love. So
Yes. That was the purpose.
yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
But yeah, that was cool with the archives too, and that was cool that they had all that.
And that's, you know, one of the things we collaborated with the Walt Disney Archives, collaborated with Leslie iWorks to make that documentary. So we pulled
really?
tons of content and footage and things off the
Nice.
shelves for her to have access to and do a lot of research.
Wow.
It's a really great partnership.
That's
Amazing.
awesome. So we know that obviously you're in charge of all of us Disney fans, the leader of the
Yes.
club.
Yeah.
But what does that role actually look like? Like, what do you do?
You know, I wear many hats at
Yeah.
the Walt Disney Company. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
D23, obviously, which I adore and love to do.
Yeah.
I also oversee our corporate events that we
Oh,
do
nice.
at the
Oh,
company.
cool.
So I do a lot of our employee events, you know, town hall internal events as well.
Yeah.
So anything that falls under the event umbrella
Yeah.
also is part of our team.
Nice.
Also oversee the Walt Disney Archives
Oh,
as
nice.
well.
Wow.
So
Okay.
Becky Klein really is the head of the archives, but I help with the day-to-day guidance of all the work that they do.
That's
and then also oversee our company stores as
Yes.
well. So
Wow.
the employee stores that we have on the studio lot, we have one in Glendale, we
Right.
have one in New York, we have one in Bristol at the ESPN campus as well is also part of our entire organization. So it's a great synergy, though. Because a lot of the things we do with D23, we try to cater to the employees as well with our events. Obviously, the Walt Disney Archives has great stories to tell. So obviously fits really nice with the D23 ecosystem.
It does.
So it's great. So yes, I wear many hats.
That's awesome.
That's really cool, though.
Yes.
That's awesome. I love that. And I didn't know about the archives. That's really cool. That's super awesome. Yeah, that's very fun. You also are a Broadway singer, obviously, on stage.
I'm not a singer.
Or a dancer.
At least a performer.
At least a performer.
Yeah.
A lip singer and a performer, but
There you go.
that'd be my limit on stage.
You can add that to your resume.
Yes. Aw.
That's hilarious.
awesome.
It's fun.
And you had mentioned like the Disney 100, and that was like a huge piece for us fans, and obviously like Wondrous Journeys and some of the shows that came out of that. But then D23 had the whole tour with some of those like archived props, and you guys were everywhere. So how was that? And like, what was that like?
Well, we did a couple of things to celebrate the 100-year anniversary of the company. We actually held a big D23 event on the Walt Disney Studio lot where we opened it up and we did the Royal Ball, the Royal Gala that took place on the studio lot. Everyone came dressed up in their Disney best and kind of the royal attire, if you will. And really transformed the studio lot like it's never been transformed before, and had this incredible event with some great entertainment, some incredible food. It was such a fun celebration. So that was kind of a really great event experience that we did. But we also, with the Walt Disney Archives, opened up the Disney 100, the exhibition, which is a traveling exhibition that's still out on the road right now.
Oh, wow.
So if you're in Paris, France, you want to visit the exhibition, but we opened it in Philadelphia the year of the 100-year anniversary. And it's traveled to Philadelphia, Kansas City, Chicago, and some other cities as well. But it's an incredible experience. It's really, I wouldn't say it's a timeline of the Walt Disney Company, but it really highlights all the big milestones that the company has experienced over the years. From you think about the theme park stories and our early animation and live action series, all of that is really done in such a curated, great way. It's a very interactive experience. So if you're out and about, keep an eye out for the exhibition, because it's one you don't want to miss.
Yeah, that's really cool. And I love that it travels. It gives Disney fans all over the world a chance to like tune in and see all this stuff. That's super special.
Really fun.
So one of our favorite questions to ask is, what is your aha moment? I can't believe that this is my life. Where you like kind of like looked up and you're like, I can't believe I get to do this every day.
How much time do we have? Because there's so many great moments and so many pinch me moments really that I've had to experience, and very fortunate to have had those experiences and those opportunities over the years. Many parts of company's history that I was a part of, which was really remarkable. I have to say, the one that always gets me every time, and I don't know if you can have a repeatable pinch me moment, is at the Ultimate Disney Fan Event. When we open the doors that morning, it's so incredible to see the fans coming through the gate. It's like a rope drop, and you get to see everyone's face and excitement and energy come through the gates. And it's like, you've been working on this for so long, and it's finally come to life. And we did it for them. And so the fans are coming in to see everything that you did for them. And it's really incredible moments. I have to say. And you get goosebumps every time you just watch the fans come through.
So like you said, it's something you work on for 2 years, right?
So
for 2 years, you're trying to like, maybe will they like this or will they like that, or what can we do to make this a better event? And then you get that, like all the work you've just done is like paying off in that moment, right?
That's
where you see like that energy and that love and that passion.
That's how it feels. I gotta think, you almost felt like, is that what Walt felt like when he first opened Disneyland and saw the first guests coming through the gates? You kind of put yourself in that kind of same environment where you have these incredible fans that they're here to experience. What your team has put together is remarkable.
Yeah, and they were lined up down the street for Disneyland opening, and really D23 has those same lines. And
That's right.
I know.
They really do. People line up because they are just so excited to be there and so passionate.
And
and
the
so
days
eager.
before like Gosh, I guess that standby line that you guys used to have
Yes.
was
Yes,
insane.
I was gonna say I
Yeah.
am also a fan of the Honda Center because the 2019 Parks panel we were like underground at 4 a.m.
Yeah,
to get a seat.
you're right. I mean,
Yes.
that's been
Yeah.
such a huge improvement. We've heard
Yeah.
such great feedback from the fans that
Yeah.
moving to the Honda Center now, it's like, okay, you know where you're going to sit.
Yes.
You have
Yes.
a guaranteed seat. You don't have to wait in line overnight on the floor.
Yeah.
You know, for several days, it seems
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
it has been
I will
really
say
nice.
there's a camaraderie of that moment. We still have friends.
So funny, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of people say, "Well, we liked actually sleeping overnight on the floor because we
Yeah.
made such great friendships with people.
Yeah.
We got to know each other, and
We really
so-
did. Like we did 2019, and you're in there with your little core group, and then it just gets a little bigger and a little bigger, and all of a sudden you're in this like giant circle of all people
Yeah,
that
we were
like
like playing
are now
cards
really-
or different
Yeah,
things.
Yeah.
Just,
exactly.
just passing the time. But
Yeah,
that
but-
was fun. I think overall I'm happier with my
Same.
amount of sleep
Well,
I get.
it just gives
Yeah.
you more time to enjoy the rest of the event.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
that
know, you're
too.
not waiting in line for hours at a time. It's like, okay, let's get
Yeah.
you right into
Actually
a
get in,
seat,
yeah.
and that way you can enjoy more of the convention itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were pretty young at the time though.
Yeah.
So-
2019.
Yeah,
I
we
would've been
still loved it. Yeah.
18, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I do think in the Honda Center it's nice to have a seat. It
It's
is
great
nice to go in
experience
and
now.
Yeah,
see all
agreed.
that. So.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
super
but I can see
looking
how that
forward.
would be. I can see how that would be such an amazing aha moment
Yes.
because
Yeah,
It really truly
Yeah.
is. Really
Yeah.
truly is.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's
and
so
I have many
Yeah.
over the years, but that still is very special to me every single time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
That's
sounds
awesome.
amazing.
Yeah.
And it's cool. It's one of those things where you're like, well, now you've done how many D23s, and it's like, well, do you ever get over that? It's like, not really, right? It's like that's always
because
just
it's something different every time, you
Yeah.
know, and you have some new fans that get to experience the event for it's their first D23 experience. So it's really special every time we do it. It truly is. And was it last year, the year before? We actually did our first D23 in Brazil. So
Oh,
we were
wow.
down in Sao Paulo, Brazil. We did D23, the ultimate fan event, down in Sao Paulo, and brought it
Wow.
to a whole new audience.
Wow.
in
That's
South
incredible.
America.
That's so cool.
That is so
And
cool.
their fandom is unlike anything else.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
very enthusiastic and they love their Disney brands and
Yes.
That's really cool.
stories. And it was really fun to bring it to Sao Paulo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing. That,
so special.
yeah, I'm sure that was just incredible to do a multi-day event in an entire like different country.
Most definitely.
Like it's one thing to go back to Anaheim and have some of those, but to get it, partway across the world is just a whole other journey.
That's right.
That sounds awesome.
That's right.
it's been so cool as we started our channel because obviously like we make videos about the park, so we connect with Disney fans all over the world on our social
Sure.
media and on YouTube and with
Sure.
our videos, and it has been fascinating to see the demographics from all around the world and like where these people are watching and where our hotspots are. It's really 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 cool. And obviously there's plenty in the United States, but then
Yes.
we have like Brazil or Japan.
Paris.
Paris
Yeah.
has a ton. Yeah.
We got a really huge audience in like what's New Zealand.
Yeah.
New
That was
Zealand,
really
yeah.
interesting
So
too.
fun.
And
Yeah,
that's-
it's
Yeah.
really cool. Yeah. It was. I feel like it was similar timing. I don't know, maybe, but when you guys were doing the Brazil event, we were like looking at our stuff and seeing that we had like this group from Brazil. So we're like, I wonder if that's because D23 announced that like
yeah.
people were looking
Yeah.
at like
Yeah.
the videos,
like more
or-
Disney videos or
Yeah.
what was going on there, but that's always kind of cool to us too. Is like when you can connect with people from all around the world, right?
Absolutely.
With
Yeah.
your video, with your content or your events or your whatever it
Absolutely.
is.
It just
Yeah,
goes to
it's
show.
super-
I mean, they're not just Disney fans that reside in Anaheim and Orlando. They
Yeah.
are everywhere around the world, global. And you're
Yeah.
right. You go to Japan and the fandom there is unlike
Yes.
anything else.
Yes.
They love Disney so much.
Yeah.
And they do everywhere around the world.
Yeah.
It's really great to bring a little magic to them
It
as
is.
well. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
we
really
have
fun.
not made it to the international parks yet. We've
Yes.
done Alani
Not
and
one?
Yeah,
Not
one.
one. Okay.
I know.
Not
On the
one.
list,
We
I'm
gotta do the
sure.
international.
yes,
Yeah.
we have to do the
Yeah.
international.
What's your first one that you'd love to go to?
So I always said Paris because
Paris?
I think it's so cool. But then, which one was it that added?
Okay. Frankly,
Well,
it started
Frozen.
as Paris because I thought it was really cool that they had a dragon under the castle.
Yes.
And
Yes,
I
that
love
one
the
fact.
fact that it was based on castles that are in Europe.
yeah.
And I've always
It's
wanted
cool
to
to
see that
see.
castle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's cool to see.
However, I think
But-
Fantasy Springs
No.
is like those took over I think Hong Kong and Japan, and so those are just like huge on our list right
Yes,
now.
and Tangled and Frozen are two of our favorites. So they have a Tangled and Frozen attraction. It's like we've got to go
Well,
ride
and
those.
now they have a walk around Olaf.
I know. Now that's in Paris. Though.
Paris.
Well, and you know
though.
they're opening a whole frozen land in Paris.
Yes.
This spring.
yes.
And
So it's opening soon.
that would be a good time.
Yeah,
to
so
go.
that would be a
I
good time
think
to
it's
go.
time to make a trip to
Exactly.
Paris.
Yeah,
I
you know?
agree.
I think it is. Yeah.
You
heard
don't
it.
have to convince me.
Yeah.
All right.
All
I
right.
have not seen Fantasy Springs yet at Tokyo Disney Sea. I was there a number of years ago, but it was before it opened. So I can't wait to go back and see it all. It looks pretty incredible.
I would
Yeah.
definitely go for a Frozen land. That would be so cool. And just the walk around Olaf, the Imagineering debuted is so like fascinating.
That video that took over like our whole social media feed for like 3 days was just videos of Olaf and people reacting to it.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
it was really cool.
We have Zootopia Land also in Shanghai,
Yes.
Disneyland, which is pretty cool to see.
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
absolutely.
Yeah,
Shanghai's
so
like
Zootopia
Shanghai we
fans.
have to get to as
yeah,
well. And
it's
that's
like the newest overall park. Like it opened the most recently, so I think that would be so cool just to see like a park that was built
Like
that
brand new.
recently.
Yeah.
I think the true answer is we still just want to go to all of them.
That's true.
Yeah.
we
we do. We do.
On the list, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So that's great.
Olaf is one of my favorite Disney characters, so I would love to
Yes.
see Olaf walking around in Paris.
Yeah.
I would totally go do that.
I think it could work in Fantasyland at Disneyland too. That's just me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Olaf is in Paint the Night. You
He
can
is.
see
Yes,
him, but
that's
I know it's
true.
not the
Yes.
same walk around.
Yeah,
Venom
that
experience,
animatronic,
so-
yeah.
He is there though. I love Paint the Night.
Oh
That
my
has
gosh,
been a
yeah.
nice parade to get back.
Is that okay? What's your favorite parade?
Okay,
You
so
have one?
I
Yes.
love Magic Happens.
Magic happens.
Magic
Is
it
Happens.
my
actually
favorite.
is. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolute favorite.
Paint the Night is a close second, but Magic Happens will always be
We-
like the true favorite.
We love the dances and the costumes and the soundtrack. It's my ringtone on my phone is Magic Happens.
I love that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's probably our pinnacle parade. But then obviously you have to say Main Street Electrical is such a classic. And that
Yeah.
has a special
Yeah.
place in our heart. And no matter how many times it's glowing away forever, we know it can always come back. Okay? There's
I always
always
hope
more.
to see it again someday.
Yes,
I
we
think.
do. We
Yeah.
love
I'm
that
a huge
one.
fan of the Main Street Electrical Parade. My wife actually started at Disneyland as a performer in the Main Street Electrical Parade.
Wow.
Oh wow.
That's amazing.
That is
And
awesome.
so it's near and dear to our hearts.
Oh,
So
yeah,
we love it.
absolutely.
Love the music and just
Yes.
everything out of that parade.
And
It's-
Starlight that just opened at Disney World has a little nod to
They
the Main
do.
Street Electrical in there
yeah,
as well.
Yeah,
which is
that
kinda
is
so
cool.
does Paint the Night. The
Yeah, it
opening,
does.
you
The
know,
opening,
it's got
yeah.
a little jingle to remind you of the Main Street Electrical Parade.
It
So
does.
It
So
doesn't ever go away.
No, it
Yeah.
never does.
Nope.
And then and I love that we still get it. You know, it still comes back. We still get to see the Main Street Electrical.
I will highlight one more parade is Soundsational. That was
Oh, yeah.
kind of like the soundtrack of us growing up. I think.
Yeah.
Like that.
I mean,
that
yeah, it
parade
was-
took
Mickey
off.
with the
It was there for
drums.
10
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one we remember like the most growing up, and so I do like Magic Happens better for like a daytime parade, but
Yeah.
Soundsational was great too.
As far as personal nostalgia.
Yeah.
Sounds
Now,
like
you
it's gonna be great.
Phantasmic fans? World
Oh,
of Color
yeah.
fans?
Oh, fantastic! Big
Fantastic.
time.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good
Oh,
answer. I'm with you. I
I
love
love
World
it.
of Color
Yeah.
too.
Me too.
But
Yeah.
Phantasmic is
Oh.
just like it's. I actually started at Disneyland the year Phantasmic opened in
Wow.
1992,
Oh my gosh.
and I remember I started in early '92. And the river had been drained, and there was a fence around it. And I remember walking around for our orientation, and they were
Yes.
talking about this show. And I was
Yeah.
young then, didn't really know what that really meant. Like, why do you
Yeah.
have to drain the river to
Yeah,
make
to
a
do-
show?
yeah.
But so it opened that summer that I had started, and what an epic performance
Yeah.
it really
Good.
was. And nothing like that had ever been done before.
No.
So we used to go out every night after our shift would end at like 6 p.m. and we would run out to, I shouldn't say run, but we ran out to
Walk fast, you know?
the front of the riverbed, and we would get those front seats, and we
Yeah.
would sit
Wow.
there and watch two shows. Not one, we watched two.
Yeah,
But that was
that's
we
awesome.
would just all get together as cast members after our shift had ended, go out there and watch Phantasmic every single night.
That's
That's so
amazing.
cool. that.
We were the
Such great
family with
memories.
the blanket that that sat there and waited for
Yeah.
our seats, and
Yeah.
we love Phantasmic.
Yeah.
Actually, Kara, some of our earliest memories.
Some of my earliest memories are of dancing to Phantasmic.
Yes.
Like, I would sleep through fireworks, but if Phantasmic came on, I was like, this is my show.
It was pretty awesome. Yeah, like Baby Kara, the second like Mickey came out, that like everyone can hear that sound when he comes out, and that woke Kara up, and she was just so excited.
I'm like, well,
She-
this
then
is my
she
show. I'm
get
here.
up and watch the whole show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
One of
my
our
favorite
favorites.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the dragon is iconic. I hope someday we get our dragon back.
We do
I
miss our
it.
dragon.
But
so yes.
I love that. I loved just so many different variations of the show, and I love them all like for different reasons. It's been cool to watch it grow. I love
Yeah.
that Tangled's in it now. I think that's
Yes.
like one of my favorites.
Yeah, I remember 2.0, like when that was introduced,
Yes.
was once again like that early phase that we started social media, and I remember that was like a huge thing for us to cover, was the fact that Phantasmic was getting those changes.
Yeah.
Um,
yeah,
I
we got-
recently saw Disney Worlds for the first time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, we
It's
like
a
it.
different
I like it.
experience,
Yeah,
though.
it is.
You know,
Yeah.
it's got a little bit of a different twist to it, and
Yeah.
I think the viewing experience
Yes.
makes it feel a little different because
Yes.
at Disneyland, you're right there, and everything's like above you because
Yeah.
you know you're down on the ground level,
Yeah.
and all the stuff is happening in the sky and on the water, and this giant pirate ship comes out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
like
Yeah.
a ship, you're like looking
You
up
know,
like
where
this.
or at Walt Disney World, you're kind of more in a stadium seating
Yes.
environment, so
Yeah.
it has a little bit of a different feel to it.
It does, but they do a nice job at like adding different, adding different moments in the show that are really cool and like more like 3-dimensional
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah, they
you
Yeah.
use
know?
the
Yeah.
space.
They use the space really well out
Yeah.
there, and it's
Yeah.
all designed obviously for the show, so they do a lot for that as well. So we love them both.
Yeah,
I
we
would
do.
say we prefer Disneyland because
I do too.
it's
Yeah.
It's
ours.
home,
It's
but
home.
yeah,
I love them
But
both.
yeah, they're both
both.
great.
Yeah.
Fantasmic is the best because growing up, that was like our birthday thing. Kara kind of started it, but
We all got it,
on our
though.
birthday. Mom and Dad would hold a seat for us. And then when we were super young, we'd all sit together. And then as we got older, we would go like do a couple rides and then come back and they were still holding
And
our
we lived
seats.
in Sacramento, so it was like a 6-hour drive. Like it was, we were coming
So,
up
like,
for
do
a
you
Disney
live there?
trip.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So it was
Yeah,
a little
nowadays-
different.
And we were coming for Disneyland, but a little more specifically, we were coming for Fantasmic.
Yeah.
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 Nowadays we've done the dining packages, which is really fun because you get like
Really
a
good
great
seating.
meal and then
Yes.
really great seating.
Great
So that's
seating.
really
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've learned all the best viewing spots outside of that.
Yeah, we
and
have-
we've-
yeah.
Of
We've
course.
been told that is a family thing too because our parents were actually there on the opening of Fantasmic
Yes.
in that year. So
Amazing. I was
Yes.
probably right there with them.
Yeah.
Right there on the
Honestly.
ground watching the show. And
Yeah.
you know, actually the year that it opened, they you used to be able to go up to the balcony and watch it. It was a first come first serve.
Oh,
it was just
wow.
open to
Wow.
anyone that would wait there on the staircase in the back.
that's crazy.
That's so
Behind
cool.
I think it's the Pieces of 8 shop that's back there.
Uh-huh.
Or something,
Oh,
you know?
yes.
Back then it was anyway. And you used to wait in line on the stairs, and first come first serve. You get to watch it from the balcony, which is pretty incredible.
Wow, I
That's
did not know they
amazing.
did that.
So
That
cool.
is
It's a
super
great
cool.
shot of
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah,
So
that's really special.
if you don't want to sit on the front, we love to sit up on the front though because you get
Yeah.
all wet
Yes,
and
get,
everything.
like,
Oh,
some
I know.
water
That's like,
hitting you,
it's
yeah.
like immersed in the experience, and that's
Exactly.
part of the fun.
It is.
Yeah.
It is
So, do you have a favorite fireworks show of the fireworks?
Oh, I love so many of them.
I know.
You know, there's too many to name. I
Yeah.
love all of them.
Yeah,
So, you
that's
know,
fair.
We really fell in love with Wondrous Journeys,
We have.
which I know is the current one, but oh my goodness, do we love it
Yeah.
a lot. So that one's a big one for us. And then the 50th celebration with Julie Andrews
The
narrating.
50th was pretty incredible. I do
Yeah.
remember that one too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, there's
It's
so
so
many of them that are
special.
great, and Walt Disney Worlds are incredible.
Yeah,
as
They
well,
are.
Happily
so-
Ever After,
Yes.
Enchantment. And
So-
Yeah,
just
even
remember
like
something.
Epcot has amazing fireworks shows. I
Yep.
remember like Harmonious for the 50th they did. I really love that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved that show
Yeah.
so much.
We did.
Yeah, and Luminous has been pretty fun too.
Yeah,
I think
that
that's
was
the
good
one
too.
that's on now.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's
yeah,
the current
yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's been fun to watch the last few
But
times.
we've always been firework junkies, so like we would literally like watch the fireworks from the parking lot at McDonald's
Oh,
across
yeah.
the street.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
we were
Yeah.
like leaving or whatever and didn't stay for fireworks, we would just park somewhere and watch it there.
Yeah.
Well, growing
Yeah.
up in Anaheim, I mean, our house wasn't, and well, it still is. My parents still live in the same house
Oh,
that I grew
wow.
up in.
Wow.
But you knew what time it was every night because you
Yeah.
could hear the fireworks,
Yeah.
you know, shooting, and
That's
so
true.
we always knew that was always bedtime too.
Yeah.
actually, so
Oh, 9:30.
it's time to go.
to
Yes,
bed.
exactly. So it was fun.
That's a
yeah,
great
a
way
little
to do
more of
that.
a louder alarm clock than everyone else got. You got the
Exactly.
fireworks in the
Yeah.
sky. It's like, oh, time to go to bed. That's
That's
great.
amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. We love Disneyland though.
And it's
Yeah.
so
As
fun
you know.
to drive down the freeway, seeing the fireworks going, right?
Yes,
You know, or
yes.
the local
Yes.
streets.
We
It's
timed
always-
that out just like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just we were doing something. We were on the 5 and just like you
Yeah.
see the fireworks. We put our own music on.
So
and
great.
we did it like I was amazed how far back we could see them. I swear we were
Yeah.
still in LA County when we could see them.
They light up the sky.
Funny enough, a
Yeah.
Disney fireworks show I remember really well is what's the one that was on the 50th album? That or was it not
Oh.
50th? Was it
the one with the
Believe
Magic in the
or
Stars song?
Magic in the Stars something? It's on one of the vintage Disneyland albums, and we had it. So even though like I didn't really see that show in the park, but it was the show we blasted in the car.
Okay.
And so
Yeah.
like I feel like I know that show really well, even though
Well,
it's super
Fantasy in the
vintage.
Sky was the
Yes.
name of the fireworks show that was there for years
Yeah.
at Disneyland. So
Yeah.
that was the traditional one. That was the one that was running during the Main Street Electrical Parade and all
Yeah.
of that. So
Yeah.
Fantasy in the Sky was their
Yeah.
their
Nice.
big.
I think
signature
it was in the
fireworks show.
2001, 2002
Yeah.
era. It was
Yeah.
like right there.
It might be Believe or
I don't know.
No.
I don't remember
No,
the
I don't
name.
know. Yeah.
I think Fantasy in the Sky sounds correct.
That
yeah.
sounds right.
The problem is like I only know the
It was
music because it
on
was
the
played on the
CD.
CD. I
Yeah.
know in the car.
It was back when I don't know we were younger, so we didn't really care what the name of the fireworks
No.
show was.
Yeah.
We're like,
That's
oh, we
true.
like One with the Stars.
Yeah. But
yeah.
I have such good memories of blasting that in the car
Yeah,
as we watched
exactly.
the fireworks.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah,
That's fun.
Yeah, it was a blast.
Yeah.
But obviously,
Now I
you know,
wish I knew.
we love Disney, and we're talking, you know, deep Disney stuff.
Yes.
We love the parks and
Yes.
the company and all, you know.
But I have to say, I love your fandom for
Yeah.
Disney,
Thank
and
you.
I know you appreciate and love the parks so much.
Yeah.
And, you know, you can just tell you genuinely are these Disney fans. It's palpable what you guys bring to
Thank you.
the
Yeah.
Disney
Thank
World of fandom. So
Yeah,
I
we
love it.
we get so much joy from the parks, and I remember like as social media and YouTube was becoming popular, we're like, if we could pick something that we wanted to talk about, because we knew we wanted to kind of do something, and we just looked up and we're like, Disney just means so much to us, and like specifically the parks. When we started the channel, we just take people around the park and, you know, show them the facts
Well,
that we'd learned and
and
different
we
things.
also know like how like lucky we are that we get to go as often as we do, right?
Yeah.
And there's so many people that would obviously want to do that but can't, and it's like, well,
Yeah, living close by was really
yeah,
amazing.
it's like, well, maybe they can, you know, live vicariously through
But
us,
I
or
was
we
gonna
can
say,
bring
I
them
love
with
that you
us.
share that with the fans, though, because you're right.
Yeah.
They get to
Yeah.
experience it through your eyes, and I think that's wonderful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank
Yeah,
you.
That was
Thank
like
you.
the whole original goal of the channel. So it's been really amazing to see how that has worked out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah.
just the community that like we get to bring with us on these adventures. It's
Right.
been really
Yeah.
special.
Yeah,
so,
it's really great.
and we take them to a lot of D23 events, as you
We
know.
do,
Sure.
we
We do. We
Sure.
love to bring them along the expos and just so many different great things that you guys do. So we love.
Yeah.
Thank you for being the leader of the club and
Yes.
for like
Yeah.
I love it.
just helping you know build a place that so many of us Disney fans get to resonate with. And
Well,
connect
you
to.
guys
Yeah.
are why we do what we do. Truly, because
you.
we love doing it. So
Yeah.
we're all Disney fans ourselves at D23, and you know we
Yeah.
really love putting on these events and creating these great experiences and moments for the Disney fans around the world.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really great.
That's what's really cool about what you guys do is that you can tell that you guys are these big fans, that you guys
Yeah.
really are just
Yeah.
as passionate about Disneyland and the parks as we are, right?
Yeah.
You have your
Yeah.
own special memories of like the Main Street Electrical Parade or different things that you love about the parks, and you get to, you know, share
Yeah.
And
those
you
with
can
us. And
really feel that at all the D23 events.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Oh
really,
my gosh, the
really
love for the
special.
Goofy movie was amazing at Destination
Yes.
D23.
Wasn't that great?
Oh
That
my
was
God.
that was cool.
Like it was so passionate both on stage and in the audience. I was
Yeah.
like, I have never seen so many people just like connecting over the Goofy movie. Like it was special.
That
It
was a
cool.
great event experience. We actually brought out, it was traveling all last summer. We went to over 20 different cities across the United States to celebrate a Goofy movie's 30th.
Wow.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it was this great D23 experience. You got to go into the theaters, and it was this immersive, like interactive theater experience. You just weren't there to watch a movie. You were there to
Right.
experience the whole thing.
Yeah.
And lots of great moments and sing-alongs and everything else along with it was so much fun.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
much
it's really
fun.
cool.
So,
Yeah, and that I don't know, it's just so special. That
Yeah.
yeah. So
Truly, like
thank
everything
you.
we've been to, D23, the studio lot, or the ultimate fan events or destination, everybody we talk to is that level of Disney fan, and it's
Yeah,
so cool
right.
that
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the people running it and just every single person cares that much. It's,
Yeah.
it's totally awesome.
It's
It
totally
really
awesome.
is.
Awesome.
Yeah, everything D23 does is
Yeah.
totally awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, thank
love
you
it.
for making a place for all of us fans to geek out together.
Well,
Really.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. This has been really fun, and thank
Yeah.
you guys for sharing all the love of Disney that you have with your fans as well. And
Yeah.
you know, can't wait to do more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we love it. And we
yes.
lots more coming. We have a lot of fun Disney things coming up. We we love what we get to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and thank you
Yes.
for being a totally awesome guest.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I love you guys, and thank you so much for having me on the show.
We
Yes,
love
we
you
love
too.
you.
We're
Yeah.
so
Great
Great
grateful you
conversation.
came
We could talk all day.
I know,
We could
I
just
know.
keep
Yeah.
going about
We're
the
gonna
different
we're gonna have
shows.
to have another episode or something because we literally keep going.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for being totally awesome viewers and
Yes.
hopefully totally awesome subscribers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Please subscribe. Yeah. No. And we hope we see you guys at a D23 event at some point because they
Yes.
do a lot of really cool stuff. So, and obviously we're D23 members.
Yes.
If you can
Yeah,
tell by this
so-
conversation. So.
Yeah, we can't wait to see what D23 does next. You can see on their social media different things.
Yeah.
The website has all the events.
Yeah.
And we'll be posting about those events mostly.
Yeah.
So
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But anyway.
D23.com for
Yes.
more information.
That's the
Perfect.
one.
That'll be my plug.
Yeah, I love it.
perfect.
I love it.
Perfect. All right.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. Stay totally awesome, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
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 Thank you.